Hello again, baseball fans, and welcome to another exciting game of the Apba Baseball Master Game. Tonight, here on the Tigerbob Broadcasting Network, we have a Game 7, 2011 World Series Game 7. This will all be decided tonight as Texas, coming off a Game 6 win, will battle St. Louis at Busch Stadium, the third version of Busch Stadium. And today we got Matt Harrison for Texas making his second start of the World Series versus Chris Carpenter coming back on short rest, making his third start of the World Series here. How we got here, we'll quickly go down. Game 1, Texas won the Game 1 2-0. Game 2, St. Louis come back with a 1-0 win. First two games were shutouts. Game 3, Texas took that one 8-4, and St. Louis bounced back in Game 4 and took that one 8-2. St. Louis won Game 5 in Texas to take that one 7-3, and they had the 3-2 lead coming back home. But Game 6, Texas took Game 6 7-3, and that's how we got here to an exciting Game 7. Hitting so far, the hitting star of this World Series has been Lance Berkman. St. Louis Cardinals are hitting .239 as a team with 6 home runs. But Lance Berkman has all 6 home runs as he's hitting .455. He has 10 hits. He has 4 singles, 6 home runs, 10 RBIs. Overall, St. Louis has scored 23 runs. Texas has scored 22 runs. They're hitting .246 as a team with 4 home runs. And Ian Kinsler has 3 of those. He's hitting .259 as he leads Texas in hitting. We're looking for a huge crowd tonight here in St. Louis as the fans are just piling in. It's a nice 50 degrees and a kind of a sunny night as this game gets underway. The umpires and the managers at home plate, they're exchanging the lineups, and we'll go over the lineups right now. At least a visiting team, Texas. Lineup will be leading off second baseman Ian Kinsler. Batting second to shortstop Elvis Andrus. Batting third, center fielder Josh Hamilton. Cleanup hitter playing first base will be Mike Young. Batting fifth, third baseman Adrian Beltre. Sixth in right field, Nelson Cruz. Seventh, doing the catching, Mike Napoli. Eighth, playing left field, David Murphy. And batting ninth will be the pitcher, Matt Harrison. They had an All-Star game back in July. The National League won the All-Star game, and that is why they are home here for Game 7. And they're going up against Chris Carpenter. Chris Carpenter is making his third start. He got the loss in Game 1. And then in Game 5, he come back and got the win. And then with the rain out and stuff, he's able to pitch Game 7. So far, he's pitched 13 1/3 innings, given up 14 hits. And has a 2.70 earned run average. Chris Carpenter is making his final warm-up tosses. Jerry Lane, he'll be doing he's calling the balls and strikes today. He's the home plate umpire. And let's get ready to, he hollers, play ball! And we're ready to play ball here in Game 7 of the World Series. Texas at St. Louis. What can be better? Nothing like a Game 7. Ian Kinsler in the box. Chris Carpenter on the mound. Righty on righty. And here we go. First pitch of the 2011 World Series Game 7. Carpenter to the windup. He delivers to Kinsler. 15. Is it 11? That ball's going to trickle through the infield into center field. And Ian Kinsler's on first base with a single. Texas bats are coming out swinging already. So happy you guys are all here tonight. Hopefully you enjoyed the World Series so far. And hopefully you can stick around tonight and enjoy Game 7 of the World Series. So Kinsler on first base. He's at E34, so E cannot steal yet. He can only steal with 2 outs here. So Andrus in the box, right-hand hitter. And here's the pitch by Carpenter, the right-hand hitting Andrus. 16. 16's a 28. Ground ball to the shortstop. Grabbed by Furcal. 54 on the 8 shortstops. And I put him in fielding 3. That's going to be short to first, and that's going to move the runner up to second base. That's for Cal make the play, but he could not hold the runner. So with 1 out, Texas. Runner on second base, and up steps Josh Hamilton. 11 for 26 so far. Josh Hamilton's hitting .423 in the World Series. Steps in. Left-hand hitter, right-hand pitcher. The pitch to Hamilton. 65-35. He pops that one up on the infield. Who's calling for it? Shortstop's under it. In foul territory. Grabbed by Furcal just as he crossed over in the foul territory. And that is the second out. So Kinsler on second base with 2 outs. And now batting is the first baseman, Mike Young. Here's the pitch from Carpenter to Young. 36-14. Oh, outside, ball 4. Texas has 2 on. 2 on with 2 outs here. And up steps Adrian Beltre. What's Beltre done so far? 5 for 25. He's hitting .200. He has 1 RBI. He had a double earlier in the series. So we got a big critical at bat already. Carpenter comes into the set. He delivers to Beltre. 46-32. Fly ball. Right field Berkman. Comes in a couple steps. Under it. Makes the catch. Texas gets 2 men on base. They cannot score. And we are going to the bottom of the first. Texas 0 and St. Louis coming to bat. Matt Harrison on the mound. He's warming up. He pitched back in Game 3, and he got the win back in Game 3. And we'll go down the St. Louis batting order. A couple changes here. Leading off here in Game 7 will be the second baseman, Ryan Terriot. Batting second, left field, Alan Craig. Third, first baseman, Albert Pujols. Right field, batting cleanup, Lance Berkman. Batting fifth, third baseman, David Freese. Sixth, the catcher, Yadier Molina. Batting seventh, moved down to seventh to be the shortstop, Rafael Furcal. Eighth, center field, Skip Schumacher. And batting ninth will be the pitcher, Chris Carpenter. And they're going up against Matt Harrison, the left-hander from Durham, North Carolina. He pitched back in Game 3, and he got the win. He's the grade 12 lefty. He has a G for a home run rating. He has a really good to move to first of a +3. So Ryan Terriot in the batter's box. As St. Louis has a lineup stacked with right-hand hitters, he's batted twice so far in the World Series, and he has 1 hit. And here's the pitch from Harrison to Terriot. 36-33. Pops it up on the infield. Little blooper out there. Kinsler grabs it. 1 up, 1 away. Now batting, Alan Craig. Alan Craig is 6 for 14 so far. He has 2 doubles in the World Series. From Mission Viejo, California, Matt Harrison. Wind up in delivery to Craig. 26-12. Bouncer. High chopper. Right to the first baseman. Grabbed by Young. He races him to the bag, and Young beats him to the bag. 2 away. And up steps Albert Pujols. Having a rough World Series. He's hitting .167. He has 4 hits and 24 at-bats and 2 doubles. So St. Louis hoping Pujols can get hot here in Game 7. The left-handed Harrison delivers to Pujols. 54-32. Fly ball. Right field. Cruz backs up a few steps. He's under it. Makes that catch. We are going to the second inning. Nothing across for St. Louis. We are 0-0. And leading off in the second inning will be the right fielder, Nelson Cruz. He is hitting .261 so far. Does not have an extra base hit. A lot of big bats in this World Series have not produced yet. Carpenter, didn't talk about him in the first inning, but he is a right-hander. He's a grade 10 with a Y and a Z. He has a home run rating of G, and he has a really good move to first +3. So here he is, Carpenter, to the windup, pitching to Cruz. 46-13, outside, part of the plate. Cruz stood there. He took it, struck him out. Nasty pitch. Cruz thought it was outside. Umpire didn't think so. 1 away in the top of the second. Up steps The catcher, Mike Napoli. Napoli, he has 3 hits so far. He has a double. So Carpenter, the right-hand hitting, Napoli, 32-26, rolls it over to second baseman Terriot. He grabs it over to first. 2 away. And the Texas, second inning. Now batting from Houston, Texas, is the left fielder, David Murphy. Carpenter, pitching to the left-hand hitting Murphy, 32-26, in the hole, grabs, second baseman, Terriot over to first, got him! Nice play. Nothing across for Texas in the top of the second. We're going to the bottom of the second inning. We are scoreless. And up steps the star of the World Series so far, Lance Berkman. He has 6 home runs. Harrison peers in to get the sign. Switch hitter, hitting right-handed. Berkman, 41-28, ground ball shortstop. Andrews grabs it, over to first. 1 away. And up steps David Freese. 158 hitter. He's 3 for 19 in the World Series. Lefty throwing to the right-handed. David Freese. 42-13. Stood there like the house on the side of the road. Watch that one go by. 2 up and 2 away into St. Louis second inning. And coming up the bat is the catcher, Yadi Molina. Hitting 200. He's 4 for 20. He does have a double and an RBI. Harrison to the right-hand hitting. Yadi Molina. 51 is at 8 off the lefty. He's a -0 off the 8. That'd be off the grade 12 pitcher. That's a single. That ball drops in the left field. Molina's on first base. He steals a base every now and then. He ain't very fast, but he can steal a base. They're gonna hold him on. So 2 outs. Molina on first base. Up steps. Switch hitting for Cal. Hitting right-handed. Harrison to the set. He delivers for Cal. 41's a 28 to the shortstop. That'll be fielding 1. Grabbed. Andrews flips it to Kinsler. Gets the easy one at second base. So in the bottom of the second, St. Louis gets 1 base runner, cannot score, and we're going to the top of the third inning. This game is scoreless, and leading off will be the pitcher, Matt Harrison. This will be his first at-bat of the World Series. Carpenter pitching to the left-hand hitting. Matt Harrison, 16 is a 28. He made contact, ground ball weakly to Furcal over to first. 1 away. The American League pitchers have been hitting a little bit, as we had, I think it was, Colby Lewis? One of them had 2 doubles the other day. Up steps Ian Kinsler with 1 out. Carpenter to the right-hand hitting. Kinsler singled his first time up. 35 is a 14. This time he draws a base on balls. So Kinsler has been on both times. With 1 out, up steps Elvis Andrews, and they're going to do a hit-and-run play. Andrews, hit and run. 51 is a 9. Off the right-hander, he's a -1. The 10 goes to 11. Grade 11. We got a 9. That's a 33. Third baseman, Snake Eyes, puts him in fielding 1. Hit and run. Little fly out to the third baseman, David Freese. He guns it over to first. And that's a double play. What a play, David Freese. Grabbed it. And winged it over there for the little line drive type double play. So that is it for Texas. They get a base runner here in the top of the third, but the double play wipes them out, and we're going to the bottom of the third, and this game remains scoreless. And up steps Skip Schumacher. He is 2 for 10 so far. Still looking for an extra base hit in the World Series. Lefty pitching to the lefty. Schumacher. 36-14. Schumacher. He gets a base on balls. Has a little bit of speed, but he doesn't steal very often. So looking like we're going to try and get a bunt down. Looks like they're calling for the bunt. Carpenter. Sacrifice. 25. 25 is a 23 on a sacrifice. That is a pitcher. Harrison's a 1. Dice roll at 12 on a 1. Pitcher is going to put him in fielding 1 on the sacrifice. Out at first, runner to second. Harrison grabs it, throws it to Andrews covering first base. So Carpenter does the job. He gets the sacrifice bunt down. assist, pitcher, put out, second baseman covering first. So on second base is Skip Schumacher, decent speed, 15 speed, and up steps Ryan Terriot, nicknamed the Riot. Put him in the leadoff spot, and it's for a situation like this. Harrison to the right hand hitting. Terriot, 41's a 24. He pops that one up on the infield, backing up a few steps. As Andrews, he puts it away. 2 away into St. Louis, third inning, and up steps Alan Craig. Craig bounced out to first base, unassisted his first time up. Harrison to the set. He delivers to Craig. 21-13, fastball struck him out. Craig, oh, he slams his bat down in disgust. That's a pitch he thought he could handle. And we're going to the top of the 4th inning. Game 7, 2011 World Series. 0-0. Oh, what kind of fun is this? Leading off is Hamilton, and then Young, and then Beltre. We got big hitters coming up for Texas. Carpenter, the right-hander. He's the windup and a delivery to Hamilton. 12-25. Little 2-bouncer to Terriot over to first. Easy play. 1 away. As we're right down the 4th inning, each team has 1 hit. Up steps Michael Young. He walked his first time up. Carpenter pitching to the right-hand hitting Michael Young. 26. That's the 12. That's the chopper. First base Pujols. Grabs it. Oh, runs to first. Easy play for Pujols. He plays a really strong first base. So 2 outs. Nobody on, and up steps Beltre, looking for a pitch he can drive. Carpenter to Beltre. 45-14. Oh, he takes a base on balls. Carpenter feeling like he's getting squeezed. So 2 outs, man on first. And up steps Nelson Cruz, looking for his first extra base hit of the World Series. Carpenter, the right-hand hitting Nelly Cruz, 31, is a 9. He's handicapped 5. The 10 becomes a 15. That's going to be an infield single. It was knocked down by Terriot. He could not make a play, and they call it a single. So Texas has 2 on with 2 outs. Top of the 4th inning, and up steps Mike Napoli. It's Carpenter pitching on short rest. Is he going to show the effects here? Appears to get the sign. Goes to the set. He delivers to Napoli. 44 is a 0. Second column 12 is a 7. First and second. Second column 7. Single to left. 57-38. So with a hit number of 57 for a runner on second base, he is going to score easily. So Beltre comes around and scores. Then we got the outfielder. We got the 31 arm minus the 12 speed of the guy on first base. That's 19. 31 minus 12 is 19. 19 off to 38. That's a 19. Minus 2 for the pitcher's move to first. He has a 17 out of 36 chance of going to third. He's just going to stop at second base. So Napoli, big hit, knocks in a run. Texas takes the lead here. In the top of the 4th inning, 2 outs, up steps David Murphy hitting left-handed. As Carpenter really trying to get out of the situation here. Here's the pitch to the left-handed. David Murphy, 44, is at 8. He's a +2. Against Carpenter, so 10 drops to a 8. 44 is a 8 off to 8, first and second. That ball's going to drop in there. Single over second, 66 and 64. So with the 66, Cruz is going to score. And with the 64, we're going to see if he can go to third. So Berkman has a 31 arm. Napoli 9 speed, 31 minus 9. That's 22 off to 64. He has a 42 chance of going to third. So Cruz is going to score. Napoli's going to third base. And we got a timeout as the manager's coming out to talk to the pitcher. All right, the manager patted him on the butt and said, get this guy out. It is the pitcher coming up, Harrison. So first and third, 2 outs. Up steps the pitcher, Harrison. Carpenter going to try and get him out. Here's the pitch. Righty to the left-handed hitting Harrison. 13's a 13. Struck him out. And that is it for Texas here in the top of the 4th inning. But Texas scores 2, and we're going to the bottom of the 4th. Texas 2, St. Louis nothing. And these St. Louis fans, they got a lot of faith in their team, but got to admit they are a little bit nervous as we go to the bottom of 4th and they're trailing 2-0. They got Pujols, Berkman, and Cruz coming up, so they got the heart of the order. Harrison to the windup. He delivers to Pujols. 26 is a 12. First baseman, Young, grabs it. Race to the bag. Got him at first base. Nice play by the first baseman. With 1 out, up steps Lance Berkman. He's been most of the offense for St. Louis in the first 6 games. Harrison to Berkman, hitting right-handed. 65. High chopper, third base. Grab Beltre, guns it to first. Got him by a step. What a play by Beltre. Showing off the cannon. 2 outs for St. Louis here in the 4th inning. Up steps third baseman David Freese. First time up, he struck out. Harrison, wind up, delivery to Freese. 62-13. He's out for excessive window shopping. Struck him out. Nothing across for St. Louis in the bottom of the 4th inning. And we're going to the 5th. Texas leading this one 2-0. And leading off in the 5th is top of the order, Ian Kinsler. He has a single today and he has a walk. Carpenter going to try and get through the 5th inning, but it might be a short leash here. Here's the pitch to the right-hand hitting Ian Kinsler. 45. 45 is a 14. He walks Kinsler. Now batting is Elvis Andrus. Last time they tried to hit and run, it didn't work. This time they're just going to swing away normal. Carpenter to Andrus. 35 is a 39. 39 is a pitcher number. Carpenter's a 2. The dice rolls up on fielding 1. Kinsler was leading off too far. Carpenter fires to first base, and he picks him off first base. Kinsler was leaning. Carpenter got him. That moved to first to +3. Assist. Pitcher. Put out. First base. Been following along. You know I keep all my scoring right on the ball stat program. So with 1 out, nobody on base. Elvis Andrus still in the box. Here we go. Righty on righty. 45. 45 is a 14. Now he walks Andrus. Coming up the bat is Josh Hamilton. So man on first base. 1 out. Carpenter to Hamilton. Snake eyes is a 5. Off the righty. He's not handicapped. Grade 10. Man on first base. 5. That ball's deep. That ball's far. And that ball is into the right field seats. Josh Hamilton. 2-run home run. First home run of the World Series for Josh Hamilton. Texas takes a 4-0 lead. And out comes the manager. So coming in to pitch for St. Louis, here will be Mitchell Boggs. This will be his 4th appearance. He did pitch yesterday's game for 1 inning. He faced 5 batters in yesterday's game. So far he's given up 2 earned runs in the World Series so far. So he gets the call here to try and get these guys through the 5th inning as we got 1 out. Mike Young up. Texas up 4-0. Right-hand hitter Mike Young in the box. Here's the pitch. Boggs. 51. 51 is an 8. He's an 11, so he goes up to 16. 17, 18. So 51 is an 8 off the grade 18 pitcher. The fly ball center field. 2nd out of the inning. Kind of a routine play out there for Schumacher. And up steps Adrian Beltre. 2 outs, bases empty, righty on righty. Here's the pitch. Beltre, 53. 53 is a 20. Ground ball to the second baseman. 21 is going to put him in fielding one. That's going to be grabbed by the second baseman, Terriot, over to first. Nice play. And we are going to the bottom of the 5th inning. Texas scores 2 more runs on a 2-run home run, and they lead this one 4-0. And leading off here will be Yadier Molina. The lefty, Harrison, delivers to the right-hand hitting Molina. 62-26. Bouncer second base, Kinsler. Over to first. 1 away. Texas won Game 6 in St. Louis, and they're trying to win Game 7 in St. Louis. Up steps Rafael Furcal, the switch hitter, hitting right-handed. 61. 61's a 39. That'll be an RP board. 51 is the RP board number. 51 on the 39. We actually got something going on here. 51 under 39. That is a 17. Hit it to the third baseman. So 17, third baseman. We're using a big dice for the defense. Third baseman. That is Beltre's a 5. 55 on the 5 third baseman. Puts him in fielding 2. Foul ball. Beltre dropped it in foul territory. So we got extra life here for Furcal. So Furcal with his extra life still in the batter's box. Here's the pitch from Harrison. To Furcal. 24-13 struck him out. Nice, nasty looking pitch by Harrison. 2 outs in the St. Louis 5th inning. And now batting. Left-hand hitting. Skip Schumacher. 34-31, drives it, deep center, Hamilton back, just shy of the warning track. Makes the catch. And that is it for St. Louis in the bottom of the 5th, nothing across. We're going top of the 6th inning. We have a 4-0 baseball game. Boggs is still out there pitching. He's going to try and get through the 6th inning. Leadoff hitter will be Nelly Cruz. Righty on righty, here's the pitch. To Cruz. 55 is at 8. Cruz is handicapped 5, so the 11 goes to the 16. 8 off the grade 16. That's going to be a fly ball, center field. 1 up and 1 away here. Into Texas, 6th inning. Now batting, the right-hand hitting Mike Napoli from Hollywood, Florida. Boggs pitching to Napoli. 35. 35 is a 9. Handicap 2, 11, 12, 13. That ball's going to drop into left field. Napoli gets a single. So Napoli's on first base. 1 out and up steps. Left-hand hitting David Murphy. 63-31, fly ball, center field, Schumacher. Medium depth, routine play. Throws it into second base. 2 outs. And up steps the pitcher, Matt Harrison. He's grounded out and he's struck out. Boggs pitching to Harrison. 24-13. Stood there with the shoulder, bat on the shoulder, struck him out. He didn't look too enthused about batting that time. And we're going to the bottom of the 6th inning. Harrison still on the mound. Leadoff hitter. We're looking for a pinch hitter for St. Louis as they're down by 4 runs and they have to get some offense going here. So leading off in the bottom of the 6th, we got a pinch hitter coming in for Boggs. The pinch hitter will be Matt Holiday, right-hand hitter. He'll be pinch hitting against the left-hand pitching Matt Harrison. So here we go, Harrison to the windup, and he delivers to Holiday. 25. 25 is at 8. Against the lefty, he's a -1. 12 becomes a 13. The 8 becomes a fly ball to center field. Holiday thought that one might drop in. It does not. He goes back to the dugout. Back to the top of the order here for St. Louis. Only 1 hit today. That was a single by Molina back in the 2nd inning. Harrison, the lefty, pitching the leadoff hitter. Ryan Terriot 32-26, ground ball, second base Kinsler, over to first. 2 away in the 6th inning. Now batting. Left fielder, Alan Craig. Harrison delivers to Craig. 24-13, struck him out. That will be the 5th strikeout today for Harrison. Nothing across for St. Louis in the 6th inning. And we're going top of the 7th inning. Texas winning Game 7 of the World Series, 4-0. So coming in to pitch for St. Louis in the top of the 7th inning, making his 2nd appearance of the World Series, will be Mark Scrabby Zebzinski. He pitched 1 inning back in Game 3 Saturday night, and he did not give up any runs. So he will be coming in to pitch right now, and he will stay batting number 9. As we're going to try and get an inning out of Zebzinski. Leadoff hitter is Ian Kinsler. Kinsler has 2 walks and a single. Zebzinski is a grade 14 with an X and a W. He's a lefty. Moved to first +3, and he has a G. So here's the pitch to the right-hand hitting Kinsler. 23-26. Rolls it over to the second baseman, Terriot. Throws him out at first base. 1 away here in the Texas 7th inning. Now batting, Elvis Andrus. What's he done today? He lined into a double play earlier, ground out to short, and he walked his last time up and scored a run. And here's the pitch. The right-hand hitting Andrus, 32-26, ground ball, second base. Back-to-back, ground ball. Terriot throws him out. And up steps the left-hand hitting Josh Hamilton. Last time up, he hit a long home run. Zebzinski to the set. He delivers to Hamilton. 23-29. Struck him out. Nothing across for Texas in the top of the 7th, and we're going to the 7th inning stretch. Texas 4, St. Louis nothing. And here we are in the bottom of the 7th. At this point in time, I ask you if you've been enjoying the World Series. Game 7, you can't get no better than that. I got some golf videos, I got some football videos, some Hall of Fame baseball stuff. I'd ask you if you haven't subscribed yet to my channel and you like my content, if you could. Any likes, any comments, I do appreciate it all. So now, on to the rest of the ball game. Root, root, root for the home team. They don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. No Kelly with me tonight. She's in bed already for the late 10 o'clock game at night. Harrison through 6 innings has only given up to 1 hit so far. He's coming out to pitch the 7th inning. He'll be facing Pujols, Berkman, and Freeze. Big part of the order here for St. Louis as they're running out of chances. So here we go, lefty pitching to the right-hand hitting Albert Pujols. 24-13, struck him out. Pujols continues to struggle in the World Series here. 1 away in the St. Louis 7th inning. Crowd getting antsy. Up steps Berkman. He's 0 for 2 today. Grounded out short to first, third to first. And here's the pitch to the switch hitting, right-hand hitting Lance Berkman. 51 is a 9. Off the lefty. He's a -9 off the lefty. So grade 12 goes to the 21. A 9 off the grade 21 will be a ground ball. Third base Beltre over to first. 2 away. And now we have David Freeze. Harrison to Freeze. 43-29. Little comebacker. Harrison grabs it. Underhand toss to first. Freeze is out at first base. Nothing across for St. Louis in the 7th, and we're going to the 8th inning. Texas leading this thing 4-0. We have a pitching change for St. Louis in the 8th inning. Coming in to pitch will be Octavio Dotel. He's a grade 10 right-hander with an X and a Y and a move to first +2. This will be his 3rd game he's pitched. He pitched back in Game 3, he pitched an inning, and in last night's game he pitched an inning. So he's going to try and get him through the 8th inning here. So Dotel in. As we got Young, Beltre, and Cruz, all right-hand hitters coming up to bat. He's all warmed up. Dotel lined up in the delivery. To Young, 34-31, fly ball, center field Schumacher, medium depth under it, makes the catch. One away into Texas, 8th inning, and up steps Adrian Beltre. Righty on righty. Here's the pitch to Beltre. 24-13, struck him out. Nasty looking pitch by Dotel. So 2 outs in the Texas 8th inning, and up steps Nelly Cruz. What's he done so far? He's hitting .269, but no extra base hits. Righty on righty. Pitch to Cruz. 33 is a 6. That ball's hit hard, and that ball bounces over the left fielder's head. And Cruz pulls into second base with a double. So Texas, a 2-out base runner. Man on second base, and up steps Mike Napoli. Dotel to the set. He delivers to Napoli. 36-14. Outside ball 4. Texas, 2 base runners here. And coming up the bat will be the left-hand hitting David Murphy. They talked over Dotel and they told him how to pitch to him. So leaving him out there to pitch to the lefty. So 2 on, 2 outs, 8th inning. Here's the pitch. Righty to the lefty, Murphy. 36-33. He popped that one up on the infield. Shortstop's calling for it. Furcal makes the catch. So in the top of the 8th inning, Texas threatens but do not score. We're going to the bottom of the 8th. Texas 6 outs away from winning their first World Series ever. So Harrison is on a roll. 7 innings, only giving up 1 hit, no earned runs. And he's going from a grade 12 to a 17 here. He's only faced 23 batters, so he ain't faced very many. So Molina, 8th inning off the grade 17 pitching. Harrison. Molina, 44 is a 7. He drops that one into right field. Single, opposite field single. Molina on first base. Coming up the bat now is Raphael. Furcal. So 1 on. Nobody out. Furcal up. They're not going to hold him on first base. They're playing off the bag. Here's the pitch. The Furcal, 34-31, fly ball, center field Hamilton. Makes the catch. 1 away here. In the 8th inning for St. Louis. Coming up the bat is Skip Schumacher. Hit .283 in the regular season. They're not holding him on first base. Here's the pitch to Schumacher. 26 is a 12. First base number, 33. On the first baseman, who is only a 2. A 33 on the 2 first baseman. Playing off the bag. Fielding 3. Not held. We got safe at first runner, outfielder's choice. First baseman to the shortstop. Nicely done, not holding him on the bag. As the first baseman, Young, could make the play. And now we're looking at a pinch hitter with 2 outs in the 8th inning. Coming in the pinch hit will be Nick Punto. He's 5 for 19 in the World Series. He had a couple doubles, 5 hits. He had .263, so looking to get another base runner on. Schumacher's not held on first base. Harrison delivers to Punto. 33 is a 0. 24 is a 6. With a man on first base, we got a 6. Double over third. Hit numbers of 45. So Murphy out in left field with the 33 arm. Andrews has a 35 arm. Averages out to 34. We take off the 15 speed. That's 19 off 45. 26 chance not being held. 27 out of 36 chance when you're down by 4 runs in the bottom of the 8th inning. He's going to hold the runner at third base. So double, runners on second base. The Cardinals are kicking up their heels. Looks like they're going to give Harrison one more batter to try and get through the 8th inning here. And up steps the right-hand hitting the Riot, Ryan Terriot, second and third. 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Harrison to carry it. 34, 31, fly ball, center field, under it. Hamilton makes the catch. And Harrison gets through the 8th inning. And we're going to the 9th. Texas leading this one 4-0. New pitcher for St. Louis in the 9th inning will be Jason Mott. He's coming in with making his 4th appearance. He's pitched 3 innings so far. He's given up no earned runs. He's given up 2 hits, no walks, and 2 strikeouts. So he's going to try and shut him down in the 9th to give this team, the St. Louis team, one more shot to come back. Something dramatically. Due up for Texas will be the pitcher. We'll see what they're going to do. And they're bringing in a pinch hitter as Harrison's going to be done for the day as he pitched 8 shutout innings. Pinch hitting for Texas will be Endy Chavez. He's coming to bat. This will be his first at-bat in the World Series. So Mott on the mound, righty. Chavez up the bat, the lefty. 9th inning. Game 7, World Series. Texas winning it 4-0. Mott delivers to Chavez. 24-32. Fly ball, right field, 1 away. Berkman's under that one, makes the catch. So now we're going back to the top of the order. Mott will be pitching to Ian Kinsler, as he is 1 for 2 today at 2 walks. Here's the pitch to Kinsler. 41, ground ball shortstop. 24, over to first. Easy play for Furcal. 2 away into Texas. 9th inning. And up steps Elvis Andrus. Mott delivers to the right-hand hitting Elvis Andrus. 23-26, broken bat, ground ball, second base, Terry out over to first. And that is it for Texas in the top of the 9th inning. And we're going to the bottom of 9th. Texas in St. Louis, 3 outs away from winning their first World Series. So a couple of changes for Texas here in the bottom of the 9th. Moreland, he's going to come in and he's going to play first base. He's going to take over first base for Mike Young. So Moreland, a little bit better defensive guy at first base, going to play first base. And then coming into pitch here in the 9th inning will be Neftali Feliz. 32 saves in the regular season. No saves in this World Series yet. But if he can nail down, this ain't even a save situation with 4 runs, but if he can nail down the last 3 outs of this game, Texas will be World Championships, and they'll be partying here all night long in St. Louis. So first one to face, the hard-throwing right-hander Feliz will be Alan Craig. He's going to stay in the bat against him. He hits right-handers pretty decent. But Feliz, it's tough to hit, but as far as right-handers, Craig ain't too bad. So here we go. Feliz, he's a great 18 with an X and a W. He delivers to Craig. 32-26. Second base Kinsler over to first. 1 away here in the bottom of the 9th. This crowd is just trying to cheer their team on. They need some base runners. Up steps Pujols. Hit 148 in the World Series. Here's the pitch. Feliz to Pujols. 45-14. Walks Pujols. St. Louis has a base runner. Pujols on first base. They're playing deep behind him. Up steps Berkman. Switch hitter, hitting left-handed. Feliz to Berkman. 26 is a 12. Ball 4. W base on balls. Feliz walks Berkman. Back-to-back walks here in the 9th inning. Coming up the bat now is David Freese, as this game is starting to get interesting. 2 men on. 1 man out. David Freese looking for a pitch he can drive. Feliz to the set. He delivers. 23 is a 24 on the first and second. Ground ball up the middle. Grabbed by the shortstop. Shortstop Andrus is at 8. 46 puts him in fielding 2. Shortstop grabs it over to second base. Kinsler over to first. Double play. Texas turns to double play, 2 for the price of 1, and that is it here in St. Louis. Texas comes in here in Game 7 of the World Series, and they shut St. Louis down 4-0, and we got a mob on the mound. So as Texas celebrates here in St. Louis and all the fans are heading to the exits, we'll go over the final line scores here. Texas, tonight in Game 7, 4 runs on 7 hits. They made 1 error. St. Louis, and actually they had 7 men left on base. St. Louis had no runs on 3 hits, no errors. They left 5 men on base. Pitcher, what a game he pitched. Harrison for Texas, 8 innings, 3 hits, no earned runs, 1 walk, and 6 strikeouts. Feliz come in. He pitched the last innings. He gave up 2 walks, but he got the big double play to finish this thing up. It was not a save situation. Carpenter pitched on short rest, and he kind of showed the effects. He pitched 4 1/3 innings, 5 hits, 4 earned runs, walked 5 guys, and 2 strikeouts. He was followed by Boggs, pitched 1 2/3 innings, gave up a hit. Zibzinski pitched an inning. Dotel pitched an inning, as did Mott, as all the pitchers started coming in here to piece this thing together for St. Louis. But overall, Texas pitching tonight was just too strong. The left-handed pitching just shut the Cardinals down. Home runs today. The left-hand hitting Josh Hamilton for Texas. He had a 2-run homer. 2-run homer back in the 5th that made the 2-0 game a 4-0 game. And that one just really put some icing on it. Extra base hits. Cruz had a double for Texas, and Punto, he had a pinch hit double for St. Louis in the 8th inning, where they threatened to score, but they could not score. Top hitter for Texas today, the only guy with had 2 guys with 2 hits. Cruz had 2 hits. The right fielder had 2 hits, as did Napoli. They both had 2 hits. For St. Louis, Molina had 2 singles, and Punto had the double. Be back in a couple minutes here with the World Series Most Valuable Player Award. Looking over some statistics here for the hitters for the game. Josh Hamilton had a big World Series. He hit 400 for the winning team. He had a home run. He had 4 doubles. He was 12 for 30. 2 RBIs. Michael Young hit 346. He had 2 doubles, a triple, and a home run. Kinsler was actually their biggest power hitter. He had a double and 3 home runs with a 267 batting average. So nobody really sticks out as far as an awesome hitter in the World Series. Pitching-wise, Harrison, he was 2-0. He was the top pitcher in there. He pitched 5 innings in a game, and he got that win, 5 innings. Give up 8 hits, and then he pitched the awesome game in Game 7 of the World Series. No runs and 8 hits. No runs and 3 hits. So if I was looking at a Texas MVP, I'd probably be looking at Harrison. It's none of the hitters really lit it up. Or I guess maybe Josh Hamilton. And then we go to St. Louis. See what the St. Louis's team had done. St. Louis, we got Lance Berkman hit 400. He was 10 for 25. Scored 8 runs. He had 6 home runs. Lance Berkman, he was by far the best player in the World Series with his 6 home runs. They didn't have any pitchers that really lit it up, so I'd be probably inclined to go with I'm going to probably have to split the MVP award. I'm definitely going to give Lance Berkman, even though a losing team. Berkman, 6 home runs, the most home runs ever in the World Series. He's going to get MVP trophy. Along with, we'll go with Josh Hamilton, as he had the big World Series there for Texas, hitting 400 with the 12 hits. Just talk about this for a little bit here now that the World Series is over. When I started the World Series, I thought Texas might win the World Series. St. Louis's Cards seemed like they had a lot of really good hitters, but it seemed like they had a lot of station-to-station ball players, a lot of guys that bounced into a lot of double plays. The way it turned out, St. Louis could have easily won this thing if they could have just got some hits out of the big hitters. Besides Berkman, nobody else. Holiday didn't really hit. And then you had Pujols. Pujols hit 148. Holiday hit 083 to the point they actually took him out. And it was kind of weird. They took him out in real life. They took out the World Series, and he was taken out here. So St. Louis hit 223 as a team. They just didn't hit, and they definitely had the offense that could have hit. But then Texas had all kinds of hitters too. Pitching seemed pretty even. Thought maybe a little edge for St. Louis in the bullpen. Expected this series could go 7 games. It went 7 games. And was hoping for a little bit closer game here in Game 7. But Texas, they took this one. They took the World Series here. And I've done some other World Series here. And I know that I had Minnesota. Minnesota played Atlanta. That won 7 games, and had Boston. Boston against the Mets in the '86 World Series won 7 games. And I believe my Milwaukee, maybe against St. Louis, might have won 7 games. So there's been some good 7 games in the World Series this year, and this game was by no means a blowout, but St. Louis just could not get anything going off Matt Harrison. If you guys made it to the end and followed this to the end, I do appreciate everybody, and any likes, any comments, any subscriptions, and just views. I do enjoy it all. And until another World Series or something else, I'll get going here shortly. As always, keep playing Apba sports games. I believe they are the most fun and very realistic games out there. You guys continue to have a great summer. Goodbye.